Good tidings come to one and all. Ewan, Injustice 3 is real. How do you feel?
I feel great because you did the Professor Farnsworth impression. You did the whole good news, everyone thing. And now I know that it is actually good news.
So we have some breaking news. This comes from Superman voice actor George Newbern and Aquaman/Green Lantern voice actor Phil Lamar, who both told separate fans at the most recent Nostalgia Con in Texas that Injustice 3 is real in a couple of different ways. Lamar said, in response to the particular fans saying that they loved his role as Green Lantern, and he just said, you know, they're doing another one, right? They're doing Injustice 3. And Newbern, Superman's voice actor, literally told another fan that he was actively working on Injustice 3 right now. So it seems like that's the thing that NetherRealm is working on, and it's not another Mortal Kombat, etc., etc. But we can talk a little bit more about the reality of the way these things break, because I feel like it happens all the time. It just happened literally like 2 weeks ago with Matt Ryan, the voice of Edward Kenway for Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Mm-hmm. He was also at a convention where he just revealed the remake was coming soon. He was like, oh, you might have to play it again soon. And then Ubisoft threatened to sue the guy and said, hey, don't say anything about this thing.
Well, like, you be hard.
So I know, you be coming down pretty hard.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we'll see what happens in the aftermath of this, but seems like it's coming.
It's exciting. Also, just big love to Phil Lamar and George Newbern, two amazing actors, and obviously like people who grew up on the Justice League cartoon. I think it's great that the Injustice games have brought back both Newbern and Phil Lamar to play these roles, because they are like the most iconic versions of like Superman and John Stewart Green Lantern and also Aquaman too. So yeah, super excited about that. Obviously, you've been talking about Injustice 3 now for like what, 8 years?
27, yeah.
So it's a long time coming, and maybe overdue as well. Not to say that, you know, we haven't had some good Mortal Kombat-ness in that time.
Well, MK's been on a bit of a weird turn. Like Mortal Kombat 1 didn't go down that well. They sort of ended up steering into a whole multiverse thing. All the expansion packs were a bit naff. It was very much over monetized. As a humongous Mortal Kombat fan, I gave up on that thing versus how much I played MK11. And so if you're NetherRealm, then you kind of need a bit of a win. And I would imagine this is what they would do. You know, NetherRealm have gone from Mortal Kombat to Injustice back and forward across the last 15 years or whatever it's been. 14 years since Injustice 1? 2011?
2013.
Good lord. Okay, that's still good lord. But in regards to Injustice, though, obviously it's such a massive multi-medium franchise. Like, there are the comics alongside it as well. It feels like this is the kind of thing that would get a lot more eyeballs on them as a dev. What do you want from the story? Because I loved Injustice 2, but it's been a while since I played.
It's interesting because it feels like it's been such a long time now, because like Injustice and Injustice 2 are kind of really quick back-to-back. It was like, what, 4 years in between those two releases? So it's been quite a long time now, and I'm kind of thinking maybe I would like to see NetherRealm do a different spin on the DC mythos, because I'm not really sure where I would want the Injustice story to go from here.
Because assumedly James Gunn's involved at this point.
Well, yeah, potentially that's the other thing as well, is that we're probably going to get more multiversal shenanigans with this, maybe. I don't know, I'm just thinking in terms
David
of like...
Corn Sweat Superman?
Yeah, like that's the thing. It makes perfect sense for them to do this right now, given the wider push for DC at Warner Brothers. Obviously, Superman was a huge success. We've got loads of different movies in the works. James Gunn has spoken about the overall long-term vision with the games. And if you're going to get David Corn Sweat involved in a video game, it would make sense if you have like a skin based on the most recent Superman movie, that you would then have David Corn Sweat maybe voice that character.
That'd be cool.
If you can find the time, because I still don't think that any of these guys are aware just how big a commitment doing like voice acting is on top of every other project they'll be involved in. But that's by the by. I think overall Injustice 3, cool idea. And also just, again, glad to see that George Newbern and Phil Lamar are still doing these roles. And also, you know, it kind of makes up for multiverses going, because, you know, they were both involved in that as their own characters too. George Newbern voiced Superman there, so yeah.
I feel like, I mean, the thing is with Warner Brothers, like we mentioned, like that idea of getting David Corn Sweat involved made me think of all the guest characters on the Mortal Kombat side, and the fact that they did pay for the voice acting for like Stallone to be in as Rambo and Schwarzenegger to be in there as well.
Was it Schwarzenegger impressionist?
Maybe for him. I think they definitely got Stallone.
Yeah, they got the likeness for Conan, but yeah, not
still.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they got the dude Peter Weller for RoboCop. Either way, there's a lot of money that Warner Brothers seems to invest in NetherRealm as a studio. They very much are believed in as a studio that can deliver these different things. So being able to pull off a multiverse DC fighting game project thing feels like something that they would invest in. And I'm just curious how many different parts it has to it, because I loved how fresh Injustice felt when the first one came out story-wise, like the risk that it takes. Do we do spoilers?
Oh,
the setup for that thing?
This game's like 12 years old. Everyone started the whole evil Superman trope, which I hate.
Did it quite well though.
I know, but this, I think like it just led to the influx of it all, and I think I'm ready. That's the interesting question to have with Injustice 3 right now, is that given that, you know, DC is skewing more towards, the lighter incarnations of the mythos, which is the one that I grew up with. Does it potentially feel a little bit outdated in 2025? Are they going to? I don't know how you move on from the previous stuff. Is the edgy niche there, and can it maintain that? I
think it's weirdly refreshing doing something with a bit of tood because of how sort of glossed over and Disneyfied and sterile a lot of like mass marketed, especially superhero stuff, can feel. Like I really liked how much James Gunn is in Superman, like whether it's like an eyeball getting stabbed or the style of comedy that he has, the writing style, everything else. There's a lot of signature touches in there. But yeah, in regards to like a giant franchise like Injustice, it has been so long since the last one. And gameplay wise, I wanted to say that I feel like NetherRealm are like the best they've ever been on a gameplay level. Like I love the way Injustice 2 played, and MK1 still plays really well. Is there anything that you would want from the gameplay side of things?
Just more obscure characters. Like give me Jonah Hex. Give me Wildcat.
Okay.
Give me the Question. I need these guys. Give me the Phantom Stranger. Give me the Spectre. Give me all these guys. I need them in the game because, again, I thought the roster for Injustice 2 was great. I really, really love the writing in that game, especially in regards to the dynamic that they had between Harley Quinn, Green Arrow, and Black Canary. Like, I thought that was a really cool highlight.
Yeah.
But also, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, one thing that I would love from Injustice 3, go Cosmic. Bring in the new gods, bring in Mr. Miracle, Big Barda, Orion. I love these guys. It gives you a good excuse to throw in Darkseid into the mix. That's what I want. I'm settling on that now. I want Injustice 3 to be all new gods, cosmic, and maybe further down the line we bring in some, Batman Beyond style stuff as well. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there.
That I loved about Current Sweat Superman or James Gunn Superman is that it starts just like foot to the floor. This is an established canon. We're just going to go for it. It feels like, and I'm leaning heavily on this, on the Superman movie, but it feels like that tonality would easily allow you to do.
I've got Mr. Terrific in there.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
With the T-balls.
Yes, exactly. And it's like, it feels like you can do whatever you want. And people just roll with it. And it's like, in regards to like, the gaming side of things, in Injustice 2, obviously it's Brainiac towards the end of that game.
And we all kind of got a bit of Brainiac raw.
We're a bit Brainiac'd out, and so are we a bit dark-sided out with the Justice League?
No, because we haven't had Darkseid done right. We need him done right, and they can do it in Injustice 3. I need it. I just need the Omega beams to be going all like that. I need that in my life because then you can do all the cool Superman becoming. For people who have seen Superman animated series, there's a great bit in that where Superman gets mind controlled by Darkseid and becomes this evil enforcer for a wee bit.
Superman,
and he has to fight back out of it because he's good Superman at the end of the day. This is the kind of thing that I need. I need more New Gods deliciousness in my life because that entire corner of the DC mythos, kickstarted by Jack Kirby, is the best. And I think that would be the best way to distinguish Injustice 3 from the previous two.
They can make it happen.